What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon live show. Uh, Tuesday. Yeah, I had to remember what actually day it was. Uh, yeah, guys, we have a three-man crew today, so it should be a lot of fun. Got my man Spread with us, and actually then my main man Joe. Spread, how are you doing, man?
Doing well. Happy to be here once again. Last show we did get pretty hot, so hopefully we make some very profitable picks for the viewers again today. If you don't know me, I am the Spread Gladiator on X. Beyond that, I am now part of the MoneyBall Metrics and on the Discord. And every now and again, I'll drop a slip that I'm going to use. But happy to be here and answer any questions that you all have.
Love it. Love to hear it, man. Joe, how are you, man?
Pretty good, man. That was the easiest POD in the world yesterday. Uh, Besides that crazy hook and prize picks, the first three cashed pretty early. And that last one, can't believe it. DeMar DeRozan hooked me, but it's whatever.
I hear you, man. Yeah. As far as yesterday's play of the day, that was one of the more sweat free wins that you're really ever gonna have. Those are nice. I definitely wish that we could have more like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, myself, I am coming off a very big day. I had a nice sweep. So those are always fun. Um, my college basketball run is still going strong. I'm up to a 27-6 run now. So that's just
Nice.
staying hot, staying hot. So yeah, guys, let's just go ahead and get into today's slate. Chat. If y'all have any certain games you want us to go over, drop them in the chat. We will definitely break them down. Um, John's already throwing one out here, so I will.
Okay.
Mr. John Daly, thoughts on the Kentucky game? Do either one of you actually have any thoughts on actually this, or
I was
I don't. I can
I'm
look
interested to watch. I really am. Like Kentucky as a team is starting to kind of come to their own recently. One of the trends that I was looking at was Butler. Basically, I have him under. He's been on kind of on a tear. I think his line is at 17, under 17 and a half points and assists. He's I'm looking for him to continue just having his minutes cut. He might hit a three-pointer, but I think the safer bet was having him under 18 points versus LSU. And it's partially because of LSU's defense when they play SEC games.
yeah. For me, this is not a game that I really wanted anything to do with. I have Kentucky favored here by basically around actually like 11 points. Um, Looks like the spread currently is around 12 or 12 and a half. I can see why it'd be around that because as far as actually LSU, they really haven't been a good road team. Um, so the number to me makes sense. The over to me like also makes sense. I just don't see a really big edge there. But yeah, and this to me just wasn't a game that I really like saw like anything with. So if I had to, I would lay it. Even though that number looks big, I would either lay it or either play the over. All right, Jebo wants us to talk about NBA games that I know we're already going to talk about. So we'll just start going down the NBA list here. If I can get it pulled up. Start out with let's go to that Rockets game first. They were the play of the day actually last night. That actually full game over. Easily cashed. Um, Joe, I kind of want to go to you first here. As far as because yesterday we talked about the Rockets as far as like who was going to play and who was not going to play, because that list was really long. As far as today's list is, once again, I don't think it's quite as long, but there's still quite a few names there. Do you have any kind of read of kind of what they're doing here?
The Rockets, it seems like they're putting it in cruise control, getting ready for the playoffs. I don't really see them. Well, you never know with Udoka. Like, that dude is like pedal to the metal. He's not like Tom Thibodeau, though. He's not like him, but he is a pedal to the metal kind of guy. Van Fleet being out really makes me lean towards this Pacers team total over, just because for whatever reason, when he's out, the ball doesn't move as fluently as it should. Spacing's a little bit different. And the Rockets, I don't know. They don't play defense when Fred's not there. And I don't understand why, because he's short, he's little, he's the liability, and you would think, right? Yeah. But just me watching the Rockets almost every day, they just don't play defense. I'm not willing to lay 3.5 with the Pacers, although they are a very solid home team. I do think they can cover that, just because that 3.5 is like what I call the sweet spot at the end of the game. Free throws will take you over and get you to cover. But I think the Pacers team total is a safer option.
Yeah, that's how I'm definitely leaning here. I believe it's at 117.5. Yeah, 117.5 you can actually get. And if you look back, like over the past 10 games, I think they've gone over that
a lot.
They've hit their team total, 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
And most of those have been over that number there. The Rockets, they actually are on a back-to-back here. It's not a really strong play for me. But yeah, Pacers team total over is definitely how I lean there.
I actually have to play none other than the devil's advocate right now. Well, piggybacking off, starting with what Joe said, I do expect Houston to take their foot off of the pedal to try to keep their players a little bit fresher at this point in the season, which is why the spot that I must take in this game is the first half spread, because I feel like in the first half of the game, it is going to mimic what the Houston Rockets' actual minutes are when they want to push the pace and actually want to win the game. So I'm really liking the Houston plus 2.5 first half spread. But beyond that full game, I definitely would lean towards the Pacers. But I do feel like we're only going to get the Houston's best foot forward in the first half. And 3 is a very reasonable number.
I also think that we get Aquaman back today. What's his name? The big dude that rotates out for Sengun. He came from OKC.
Oh.
God damn it. I call him Aquaman, just me and my buddies. Steven Adams.
Steven Adams.
Yeah, we call him Aquaman.
Okay, yeah. Like I can
He does like Jason Momoa.
Now, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think we get him back today, so that does help with that back-to-back, because he didn't play yesterday. So him being saved for today makes more sense, because we know the Pacers are going to push the pace, right? They're going to run back and forth, which is why I think their team total is a safer option. I do like the full game over as well. So just whichever way you guys want to lean, I like both of those. But yeah.
Like it. All right. Well, yeah. It seems like we got some plays that were kind of close on there, but nothing we truly love. Let's go to this Warriors and the Knicks, man. For me, this is an interesting game. As far as the morning show today, I wasn't sure how I wanted to go, because as far as Steph, I know last night, as far as his ankle, he actually kind of like tweaked it. But everything seems good there. It actually seems like he's like good. So,
Steph's ankle's been an issue since Monte Ellis was on that team, man.
right. Man, I mean, as far as like the Warriors go, they've been playing some really good ball.
Mhm.
They've gone and they're actually just playing like small ball now, and they're like pushing the actual pace, and it's working well. And they have been covering. I mean, as far as the number, they have been covering too, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And as far as this Knicks team, man, I don't. They've like started back winning again, but they're still not really covering. There's not a team that I personally trust to like cover spreads at this certain point. I've also noticed the Knicks games have started, the scoring has seemed to go down. And as far as this total, I think it started out at 232 or 232 and a half, and it's just been dropping. Matter of fact, it's still dropping. What? Like, let me look at it. Make sure I got this right. Is it down to 225 and a half in some spots?
Damn, 10 point.
Yeah, it's down to 225 and a half now in some spots.
Yeah, that's insane.
That, man, as long as everybody's in, I think that this move is way too drastic.
That makes me like my Warriors play even more.
But yeah, and the Knicks side is going up. But from everything I've seen, it looks like everybody for the Warriors is going to be a go. Yeah, actually, like, what is actually y'all's thoughts here? Because to me, this would be definitely lean the Warriors side, but I'm definitely liking this actually over now too, because this just dropped so much.
I really like them. You want to go, Joe?
No, I'll let you go.
I really like the where the spread is for the Golden State Warriors. They just play really well. They have been playing really well in away games. So they've covered the spread in 7 out of the last 8 away games at about 88%. I gotta admit, I really like them to be able to cover the spread at the Knicks. And it just seems like the Knicks just go on these long tears, as JD mentioned, where they don't want to score the ball. So I'm expecting that to happen per usual right around the third quarter, and it'll allow that. It really gives that 5.5 spread a good chance for the Warriors.
That's exactly what I'm on today. I'm on the Warriors 5.5. I loved it at 4.5, honestly, and I was thinking about taking a stab at the money line. Multiple reasons. One, they're in Madison Square Garden. Every superstar, like Steph, is close to the end, right? This is gonna be on his memorabilia. It's gonna be on his film. Like what happens in Madison Square Garden. Steph and Jimmy, they think they're good enough to make a run, and this is gonna be on that highlight reel tape. So he's going to show up. And he's been playing lights out the past couple games. So you give me Steph who's lights out. And the reason why is because now they can't just put 3 people on Steph, right? Draymond has actually been scoring the ball. Like, that is scary to say. Like, Draymond is so wide open, and teams refuse to cover him because it's like, well, we're going to double Steph and leave Draymond's person off of him, basically, right? Well, the problem with that now is Jimmy is very efficient in the paint. So now you can't just double Steph like you would. So teams are running more zone at him, right? So the zone has been working, but Draymond Green is still wide open in the middle. I've been eating off of his PRAs. I'm still going to keep doing it today. Because I think he had 20-something points the other day.
He did.
And I'm like, damn, his PRA was at 22.5. And he had 20-something points. That soared over. It had 32 or something like
30
that.
something, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna keep. So one, I'm eating off Draymond. I know he has a much tougher matchup today. But if Karl-Anthony Towns doesn't go, the Knicks just don't have that unnatural size advantage. And even if they did, Butler and Draymond both play like they're 7 feet. They think they are in their mind. Like, so I like the Warriors. I think Jimmy being that general like I'm a huge Jimmy fan because he shows up when you need him to, right? And you could still get playoff Jimmy today in Madison Square Garden. It doesn't have to be Steph to go off. Playoff Jimmy can show up. The very first half of every game, all he does is facilitate. He does not even look to score. His role is to facilitate and keep Steph Curry healthy. And he does that by letting Steph get minutes. And that's why his shooting percentage and his stats went up because he has fresher legs. One, he has fresher legs because he's not playing as many minutes. And then two, he's not being triple teamed. So, like, naturally, it just shot up. So I'm looking at Golden State to cover 5.5. I personally think they win outright. I might sprinkle on that later, but I'm definitely taking 5.5.
Guys, I liked on there. I feel like I'm crazy here. This number, yeah. I'm on Caesars currently, and it's down to 225.5 juice to the under. I can get over 225.5 at minus 105. Literally, it's on my phone right there. I'm like about to bet this, guys. I just think this number's gone too far. You see a couple books have moved down to 225.5. You see some books have not yet. I know like DraftKings is actually still at 227.
Well, hear me out. What's the Warriors team total? Because if the Warriors are underdogs, it has to be lower than the favorite. If the line keeps dropping down,
it is at 110.5.
Dude, the Warriors have averaged 120 in the last 5, easy. And the Knicks aren't. The Warriors are scoring efficiently. It's not just Steph. It's that's
what I'm saying. Like they've been playing actually like small ball, and it's been working great for them. I mean, yeah. What you're saying there that makes a lot of sense. Because the Warriors tonight are just not going to not show up. So,
I mean, the Knicks have also allowed more than 110 to everybody. Even the Philadelphia 76ers, the toothless pit bull, got 110.
That's actually what I'm putting in now, guys. Yeah, Joe, that makes too much sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean, the full game over. I definitely still like that. But yeah, I'm putting in Warriors team total over literally at like actually as I speak here. I am definitely playing that.
Because
I am playing that. All right. Sorry, chat. I know we weren't on this game, but I'm gonna get rich. He's been talking a lot about Grimes. Grimes 25, Grimes 6 rebounds, Grimes 6 assist parlay at over plus 4,000.
Dude, Quentin Grimes has been playing out of his mind lately. But no Maxey, now they're gonna have to focus on him. See, a lot of the reasons he went off was because they focused on Maxey. You know Maxey's gonna drop 30 if you leave him in one-on-one coverage. So there's no more double Maxey. There's no more, you know what I mean? You're not the second option, you're the first option now. Well, is Paul George playing today?
That's a good question.
I have no clue, man. Honestly, like 76ers games, I don't even
because
really look at it now.
Theory, this would be a game to target Paul George because he has nobody else to hide behind. But I mean, I love Quentin Grimes too. And is his assist really that high?
It looked like he was
it looks like
huh?
Paul is listed as questionable.
Oh yeah, he ain't playing. Well, one, there's no way they cover their spread against Minnesota. Let's just put that out there. I don't care what it is. Like, what is it, 12, 13? It's 14.5? That makes sense.
I think it's going up.
I mean, they literally just beat the Suns by 18. And I respect the Suns a lot more than the 76ers. So
I don't respect either damn one of them, but
I mean, when you look at the 76ers, they've been getting blown out. They got beat by 32 by the Bulls, and Maxey played that game. They got beat by 17 by Portland just recently. So, and I think that the Timberwolves are better than both of those teams. So
They are.
if I had to lay a double-digit spread, that's who it would be. I'm just not doing it because I personally don't lay anything over 10 unless it's the Celtics or the Cavs or OKC. If it's one of those three, I'll do it. Other than that,
Got it.
I really like under on the Philadelphia 76ers total.
team total.
It's at 102.5.
Ooh. It's so easy to get 100 points in the NBA, man.
I was about to say I personally don't like messing with those unless I have a really good reason to.
Like,
and tonight I don't have a really good reason to. So for me, I'm actually gonna pass on that one. But
I would too. I honestly am just leaning so heavily onto the Timberwolves, so I'm trying to find a good play on the Timberwolves side. But right now, like negative 14.5, that's a little steep for me.
Quentin Grimes is game time decision. Maxey is already out. Kelly Oubre Jr. is game time decision. That's actually who I targeted the other day, but he ended up not playing because Oubre without Embiid, his stats are like night and day. If you put the Embiid filter on, like he turns into the second option. Randall game time decision. Don't really need him.
I'm expecting Randall to play though.
They about to get Gobert back. Yeah, I'm telling you, if I were to lay double digits, it would be with like the Timberwolves. Well, I'd probably most likely snipe it live game because no matter how bad they are in the first quarter, if they start off slow, that double digit spread will drop to about 11 easily. And you can hit it there.
Yeah, guys. For me, like I said, for that game, that is a very easy pass. Let's get into a spot I am seriously thinking about, and I just want to talk it out with actually y'all here. Talking about the Bucks and the Hawks. For me, I was a little bit surprised to see this Bucks spread coming down some. It looks like you can get a 5.5 now, and actually like a few spots. And to me, this is the Hawks. They like just played Memphis actually last night, and they like came back and won that game. That was a very high scoring game. They were going up and down. They're actually going up and down. It was a fast paced game, and now they're having to turn around and travel to actually come back home to like night and play this Bucks team who is honestly been actually playing very well. And for me, this is a, like I try to like target certain actually like rest spots. And for me, with how that Grizzlies game played, for me, this is a bigger rest spot than actually like what it would normally be.
Yeah.
So I just think the Bucks at actually 5.5 here. I think that's a good play. I know the Hawks tend to play the Bucks hard and like well. I just don't know if they can go back to back nights giving that type of effort the actual whole entire game though. So yeah, for me, I'm actually really liking I'm really liking the Bucks side here. Joe, do you have anything here?
Give me the under. You borderline touched on why I said that. 242. That's a lot of points. The Bucks defense has been looking pretty good. Just giving it the eye test. Kyle Kuzma, he's starting to find his rhythm. Not an offensive rhythm, but a defensive rhythm, right? And like you said, they literally just played an all-star style game yesterday, and 242 is a lot of points. And it don't take but one quarter for one team to have a bad, slow start for you to pretty much have that sell under. Looking at these two teams, the last 3 times they've played, they didn't go over 238. So there's that. And that's not factoring in the back-to-back. So I like the under in this spot.
That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Also,
Like I love the Bucks side. Like if you said gun to your head, pick a side. I'm like, okay, Bucks. But I see a world where the Hawks try to slow it down and make it a half court game. And
I think
then
that'd be dumb.
backdoor cover with a crazy three or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I see that hook just, dude. I got hooked so much. Like I'm saying this out of fear, but yeah, I'm on the under for this one.
I have to agree too. I'm also liking they have Trey Young's PRA at 39 and a half. On a back to back, I just really feel like that would be tough, as hard as they played just yesterday.
I like Brooke Lopez PRA in this spot. Over. I know I just talked about
That
why
makes
under was the play, but
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez has been on a tear offensively. And with Bobby Portis being out, like his minutes and usage have both skyrocketed. I've been riding him and no diddy. He's been cashing. So why stop, right? And his PRAs are at 21 and a half. I see a world where him hitting 18 points isn't insane. Like, and he's been rebounding more. Uh his minutes gone up. That's the most important piece when you looking at a PRA. It's the minutes, the availability on the court. So I like Brooke Lopez PRA over 21 and a half. But
Solid. I like it too. I think I'm gonna add that to a slip. Show. Solid pick.
Yeah. All right. This game I don't have anything on, but Joe, I think you have a prop in this one. Cavs and the Bulls.
yeah.
Was it actually you that had something there?
Yep. You
All
can ladder Jared Allen up to 18 if you like. I know the Twitter world is on it. Like it opened at 11, 12, and I got it at 14 and a half. Not sure what it is now, but I feel comfortable laying it up to 18. And here's why. The Cavs are without Evan Mobley. When you put a filter on for what happens to Jared Allen without Aaron Mobley, his stats go up, right? Also, they get Donovan Mitchell back today, and Mitchell is the better lob passer to Allen, right? If Allen was going to catch a lob 9 times out of, well, not 9, maybe 5 times out of 10, it'll come from Mitchell. And his putback points will be a lot easier as well. What Mitchell does when he comes back is he creates space on the floor. So you'll have Mitchell on one side, Garland on the other. And that to me is why Garland's shot wasn't falling because he just wasn't. I mean, everybody's going to have a bad game, but he just wasn't used to the space not being there. So it was different for him. But I said all that to say this: I like his PRA and I like his points. So 9 times out of 10, if you're going to hit the PRA, you're going to hit the points too. But I think the points is the safer play in this one. But you want to take a stab at his PRA, he should hit that as well. Because without, like I said, without Evan Mobley, he's going to be more rebound conscious from that standpoint. So
I agree. Like with Donovan Mitchell back, he creates so much more space that I'm expecting a better game out of Darius Garland. I was really spent this morning looking at what Darius Garland is capable of now that Donovan Mitchell is back. To the naked eye, you would think, oh, Donovan Mitchell is back. He's going to take the shots away from Darius Garland. But the way that offense runs, it doesn't really run like that.
yeah,
Donovan Mitchell does a wonderful job of setting Darius Garland up. He knows where Darius Garland's sweet spots are. So Darius Garland becomes a much more effective player when he's playing alongside Donovan Mitchell. And the moment, let's say they're running the offense and Donovan Mitchell brings the ball up court, he shoots a three, misses, Jared Allen gets a rebound. He's going to pass to Darius Garland next to give him a chance. Like they typically alternate who's going to take the next shot, and they play very well together. They play a very selfless type of basketball, which has made the Cavaliers so lethal throughout this year.
yeah, definitely. Like basically any center against the Bulls, you can pretty much take them. But then you couple that with Vooch. Vooch is not even playing today, So it's like open season in the paint for the Bulls. So.
Yeah, sure is. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move to the game of the night here. Clippers versus the Suns. This is the TNT game. Man, I think the NBA should start to actually like flex games out. Um,
You mean like change the schedule?
yeah, yeah.
They already got a problem with viewership. So think about ticket sales going down.
I see why have to watch the Clippers and Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the viewership's going to be down.
But I mean, if they lived up to their expectations preseason, like before the season started, this would have been a really good game, right?
Yeah.
Like the NBA can't help that neither of these teams panned out to what they should have been, right?
Guys, for me, the Clippers line is actually up to 3 now. That was the side that I was liking. At actually 3 and it going up now. I'm actually off of it. It's not a game I'm along with that, and just I found some other spots that I like a whole lot more. So this is a game that I don't want anything to do with. The Suns, we've talked about a bunch here on this show. Right after the All-Star break, there was a few spots where I played them because I thought they were great, actually buy low spots, and they have looked horrible. They got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if drama is really the right word. Drama and actually you can see it. You can visibly see it. They're just a team that I do not want to touch. I will be trying to find spots to actually play against them. Tonight's spot I don't think is a bad one. Just like I said, this number now because the Suns opened as the favorite here.
That's fine.
And actually it's moved now.
Yeah.
And yeah, sorry, Jess, she made a great point. But yeah, this is actually what I was saying because actually the NFL flexes games. So yes, so we don't have to watch games actually like this.
Okay.
So there's actually what I meant. There's why, yeah. During actually an NFL season, they actually switch games up. But anyway, yeah,
we can live with that.
But actually, as far as this league, there's so many more games being played, and that's just a lot harder to do. But anyway, yeah, guys, for me, this is a stay away. The Clippers, if you just look at their current trends and everything, it's definitely not looking good. I don't think they actually are nearly as bad as actually what just their current ATS stats and everything says. So this definitely will be a team that I'm trying to buy soon. It's just I'm definitely gonna be looking at actually certain spots though. Like I said, tonight is probably a good night. I just like other things more. Joe, do you have anything here?
I'm heavy on this Clippers team. They ran into a buzzsaw. You got to think about why they lost to the Lakers the way they did, right? Norman Powell is just now coming back off injury. It normally takes 2 or 3 games to get your legs back under you. But I did like what I saw as far as him pushing the engine last game. So I did like that. Kawhi has pretty much made it known, okay, this is my team. I'm going to lead it. So you got Kawhi versus KD. Kawhi usually shows up in this spot. Also, when we're talking about the Clippers are, in my mind, I like them up to 6. So I like them a lot in this spot. From a prop standpoint, though, however, I do like Devin Booker assists. When I looked at the Clippers defense, I was watching them. They gave up a lot of assists to the point guard. I looked at the box score to make sure I wasn't tripping. And LeBron James and Luka both had 8 or 9 assists. So they gave up a ton of assists last game. I think that continues today. And Booker has lately, outside of this last game where he dropped 5, It's a perfect buy low spot for him. He's averaged 8 or 9 against better, tougher defenses. So I think Booker hits his 8 assists, and I also think the Clippers win outright and over the spread.
Like it. Spread.
Not sometimes the best play is no play, and I think these teams are just so. With Kevin Durant trying to remove himself from the nucleus of the Suns, you just don't know what team is going to show up. Obviously, we are still getting what we're getting out of Devin Booker, but there are just other games, like you said, there's just other games that I really, really like. And this is just not, I would rather go and find some sneaky spots with the Nets than fight with this Suns team and try to figure out what am I going to get. I also really like Norman Powell. Like, I really like Norman Powell on his Clipper teams. He balances out what Kawhi wants to do offensively so well. And honestly, if you actually watch the Clippers team, it is a solid brand of basketball across the board. They might not be getting as much hype as the other team in LA right now, but the Clippers actually play ball very well together.
So, just taking a double look at this, Norman Powell was ruled out today. Just now seeing that.
No.
My bad on that one. But I still like the Clippers. I know the Suns have won 3 out of the last 3, but think about it. The Clippers are favored, and the Suns won outright the last 3 times. Like, the line is telling you what they think is going to happen. I think this is a perfect buy low spot. I also like James Harden assist because Ben Simmons is out today as well. And Ben has been taken away from James Harden. So I'd probably look at Harden's rebounds and assists. Because I do think he goes off there today.
All right. Well, guys, we're gonna head over to this Lakers game now. Chat, if there's any other games that you want us to break down, drop them in the chat. And we will go over them. Yeah, man, the last game that we're looking at here is going to be this Lakers game. They're up to laying 9 points now. That's up to a number where don't really want to lay that. Lakers have been playing great, man. They've been playing really good, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They're like numbers. I mean, like stats as far as our defensive stats in the last 10 games are, I mean, crazy good.
Yeah.
This is a team I'm not looking to actually go against currently. If anything, I'm looking at a Lakers first half. I did miss the line move. You could have gotten a 4 or either 4.5, and it looks like you're laying at least 5 or 5.5 now. But that would be the only way that I would look. But once again, for me, I'm actually going to just be quick on it here. This is a game where, yeah, Lakers first half I like, but I don't like it as much as some of these other games. So was an easy pass. Joe, do you have anything here?
So for me, Austin Reeves being out, that scares me a little bit. And then Jordan Goodwin, name you probably never heard, but if you watch the Lakers, that dude with the face mask has been making plays. He's out today as well. So LeBron James and Luka game time decision, if they did decide to sit, there's no way this spread stays the way that it is. No. So I would wait if you do like him. Rui, I think he's going to go, but he's not 100%. I saw the way he injured himself last time, but that dude is a fighter mentally. Like he's from Japan or something like that. Like he's different. So, but like you said, I'm just gonna keep laying the first half with the Lakers until it fails. It's cashed some pretty big money lines. Like I cashed 2 plus 140s and what was that? A -3 or something like that. Like they have not figured this team out. If Luka goes, I'm definitely laying the first half spread with the Lakers. That's all I'm waiting on before I slam it. So,
likewise. And to pick it, I would be 50-50 on this first half spread. But what really tips me over this edge is the Lakers are at home. They've been playing phenomenal phenomenal on their own home court, which really kind of tips it. The moment that I see that Luka's ruled in, I'm definitely going to hop on the spread, even though I would like it more at 4 than 5.5.
Yeah.
I still like the chances for it to hit -5.5. I do like it better if Austin Rivers were ruled in, but with this being such a momentous moment for LeBron about to hit his 50,000th point, I don't expect the Lakers to just let this game get away from them at all.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense. All right, guys. Well, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go around and let everybody give a best bet, and then we'll come back around and we will come up with a group play of the day. So, Mr. Spread Gladiator, do you want to go first?
Yes, mine is on a game we did not discuss. So today, the Toronto Raptors play the Orlando Magic. And this is really coming to left field, but I'm really liking the Toronto team total. Right now, you can get it at 100, just about 101 flat. And like Joe said earlier, it is not hard to hit 100 points as an NBA team. So I'm really liking the over 100.5 team total for the Toronto Raptors. That is my personal best play of the day. I don't have enough reason for it not to hit to go against it.
Like it. Joe?
I'm torn between which dude I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run with Brook just because he's playing against a team that's off a back-to-back. Brook Lopez, PRA, 21.5. I don't see how that doesn't hit. I was torn between him and Draymond. I really do like both of those. Draymond's has been bumped up to 22.5. You know what? I'm sorry. Switch that. Let me do Draymond. He's been so good for me. He scored over yesterday. I'm liking him. I know Mitchell Robinson is playing. Not worried about it. He's coming back from injury. It takes time. And he's inside of the Garden. So a layup package for Draymond is a highlight reel. So let me do Draymond Green over 2.5 PRA.
For like me, as far as what we went over on the show, for like a best bet, this is going to be a client play. As far as with the Bucks, I am actually going to lay it there. You can get them at -5.5. So yes, that actually is going to be an actual client play for me. I do have to add in before we go on here. As far as actually college basketball goes, tonight I have 4 plays. I am on just a absolute heater there. I'm on a 27-6 run. And as far as the NBA team goes, we have a sale going on right now. It's only going to last for the next 2 days. You can get 25% off of the all access package. You use promo code March25. If you're in YouTube, all of that is actually linked down here. And if you're on Twitter, you can see that it should be in our pinned post there. But yeah, pretty much everybody's running hot. As far as tennis, we got the big tournament that starts tomorrow. So yeah, it's definitely a really good time to jump in there.
And really quick, let me say something real quick. So I know JD just mentioned his record. I can personally tell you I've tailed a lot of those plays, and none of them are above -150. So the record that he has is better than a lot of people laying those very juice lines. So, and if you've been sports betting for a while, you understand that the price of the line matters, and none of them are above a -150, which makes it even more amazing. Like he's a humble guy. He's gonna like not talk his shit, but I will. So telling you, hot.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. for the majority of those are actually going to be at a minus 110 line.
Yep.
But yeah, man. All right. Well, let's get into this play of the day, man. When we talked, there was a play to me that jumped way out.
Warriors team total?
And that was the Warriors team total over. To me, after we talked about the total and then like you talked, Joe, that one to me makes a lot of sense. Do y'all roll with that one?
Yes, I really like the Warriors team total today. And I'm going to be paying attention to Jimmy in the second half. Like you said, I want to see if he's really going to be the facilitator in the first half of the game and then kind of turn it on points-wise in the second half. I would rather see the Warriors on TNT today.
I've been riding Jimmy props. Like I've been taking his points, and it would just stress you the hell out. And then I started watching the game like, oh, this is intentional. He's intentionally doing this. So,
and also just really quickly, guys, the best line you can get on that is over at FanDuel. You can get the over 110.5 at a minus 112. So just so you all know that. Yeah, for us, that's going to be it. Spread, do you have anything else you would like to say?
Not at all. Enjoyed the time today. If you are looking for just casual plays, I typically, right now I'm in a March competition with SoBet, so definitely trying to put my best foot forward with the props that I'm putting out there. I might have a few dropping later on, but feel free to check out my link tree if you want to check my record over the year, my record over the month. All of that is available on my X page at Spread Gladiator.
Yeah, that like SoBet thing. I actually tried to actually get in that, and they told me that they were no longer taking actually like anybody else. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into that too active right here. But anyway, Joe, yeah, man, go ahead and get us out of here.
Another one. We the best. You know, DJ Khaled, my favorite person. Positivity only, man. Like my boy Khaled says, you either win with us or watch us win. Either way, let's fucking win, baby.